You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion, delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots, the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day. We're a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. But before we get into our intriguing content today, please join me in welcoming our featured guest and first-timer on Ron Siegel Radio, Tawny Patrick, Sack and Stone team at Seven Gables. Welcome.
Hey, thank you, Ron.
Glad to have you with us. And let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are operators standing by.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan, a plan to save you money, I personally work with you, even if you don't have any needs today. Save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And yes, of course, we are celebrating today. We celebrate every day on Ron Siegel Radio. Let's see. What do we have here? National Strawberry Day. Oh, but it's got to be, wonder how this can be national. It's National California Strawberry Day. Not Mexican strawberries, not, Idaho. Well, do they make strawberries? They grow strawberries in Idaho? I don't know. But it's California Strawberry Day. Put a little whipped cream on that, please. You know where I stand on that one. California Strawberry Day, Agriculture Day, World Down Syndrome Day. You got to love watching the accomplishments of some of our folks that have some of these challenges. And they're opportunities for everybody. Down Syndrome Day is today. Got a great friend of mine. His sister's been living with Down syndrome for decades. Done very, very well. Countdown Day. I don't know what we're counting down for, but it's Countdown Day. National 3D Day. 3D Day. Okay.
It is what it is.
I should say that it's National Memory Day, but I forgot the graphic on that one. Oh, yes, I know. And how about French Bread Day? Yeah, I like French bread. Of course, having beaten anorexia, almost any bread will do for me. So let's move right along. Dow Jones Industrial Average. It's up 142 points as I speak to you right now. The S&P 500 is up 23. NASDAQ is up 77. Oil prices are going up a little bit, 68.20 right now as we speak. 10-year Treasuries at 356. That's up again today. And should we look at gasoline prices? Do we want to get ill? Yeah, California, $4.84 a gallon. You got to love it when you have all the technology going on in Siri's here. Shut up, Siri. Okay. Bottom line here. Let's see if I can mute that thing over there. But gasoline, California, $4.84 a gallon. Josh, you're at $4.25. I think you're moving down a little bit. I don't think California is going down at all, but we're watching it. Jody, $4.11 a gallon. We're Brittany, $3.74, and our tremendous underwriter, Lori. Lori's still got it made. She's sitting over there at $3.07 a gallon. Oh, wait a second. I got the wrong state brought up there. Yeah, 307 in Louisiana. Now, I'm not sure I want to go to Louisiana just to get gas, but Lori's trying to get out of Louisiana too. That's just a whole different issue. Let's move along and see what else is going on in the world today. How about, you got to love California. Back at it again. Schools, the kids aren't going to school in Los Angeles today. Isn't that a fascinating subject? So the school district has offered a 24% pay raise with a 10% bonus The school district, the employees there are holding out for 30%. Have you got a 24% raise lately? I don't know too many people that are getting 24% raises. There might be, so maybe we can do this. There's about 9,000 people at Amazon that were just laid off. I wonder if they want to go to work for the LA school district. I just throw that out there for you. And then we've got the state legislator in Georgia. Did you hear this one about schools? I don't have kids in school right now, thank goodness. But this lady in Georgia came out and said, parents are not qualified to decide where their kids go to school. Really?
Nothing like a little air of superiority.
Yeah, I mean, she basically came out and said, well, some parents never graduated from high school, never graduated from college, so they're not qualified to determine where their kids go to school. What a bunch of hogwash. Do you think that they have the legislators have more desire for their kids to do well than parents? Now, the parents are out there. They want their kids to do well. They realize what they're getting in some of the schools. Now, I do have family that are educators, teachers. Something they work hard. But the bottom line is the curriculum that they're being told to teach, is it what they should be teaching? Is it what they want to be teaching? And maybe, I'm just throwing this out there, maybe there would be some benefit to the kids. Maybe our education system wouldn't be so far behind the rest of the world if parents had the opportunity to send their kids wherever they wanted. Is there something good or bad dealing with competition? Think about that concept. If the schools have to compete to get the revenue instead of just getting it from the government, do you think they're going to give a better education to the kids? It's all about the kids, not teaching them about that we didn't have slaves in America, or that the entire country is built on the back of slaves. There's good and bad that we need to teach so we don't redo problems. We don't want to relive certain experiences that have taken place in our country. How do you avoid that? You have to learn from the past. I talk about economics a lot. I still remember, I think, the definition of economics that I was taught at Chapman College. It wasn't even a university back then, but it's basically we study the past to understand the present to better predict the future. Well, if we don't study the past, if we change what really happened in the past, do you think our kids are going to have an opportunity to do better in the future? Think about that concept. I share this all the time, and we're rolling out brand new today. Our real-time real estate segment is going to be brought to you by rsrmoney.com. rsrmoney.com, our new sponsor. But I chat about this on a regular basis. So I've got 3 boys. 2 of them were in special ed classes, and one of them was not. So I asked him, my eldest, at one time, he needed some money for one of his sports teams. And I said, I'll tell you what, he needed a check for it. You write the check, I'll sign it. And he was like a junior in high school, I think it was. And he said, Dad, I don't know how to write a check. And I said, this is in private school? But my middle son, who was in a more pragmatics in special ed, in the same exact private school, he was being taught that. Now, back in the Stone Age, when I was in school, we had something called home economics. And basically, we had to carry a pouch around for a month or 2 months, paying our electric bill, a hypothetical electric bill or a make-believe. We had to pay our mortgage. We had to pay our credit cards, our car bills. We understood how to write these checks. The kids aren't getting taught that now. Why? Well, because these schools aren't being forced it. And we're watching. Did you see what happened in Arkansas? Arkansas now has the money follows the kids instead of the kids following the money. Parents get to determine where their kids go to school, and their tax dollars follow them. I like that idea. I think parents have a vested interest, more so than the government, in their kids doing well. What do you think? Put your comments in there. Share them with me. Love to hear what you have to say. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, the role of access in selling your house. We'll talk about it. We're going to talk about millennials. Are they in the real estate market? We'll chat about that. Who's eligible for a VA home loan? We'll talk about that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio, your home and mortgage connection.
Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you can retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less, all without having to spend more each month than you spend right now? Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis, rsrnodebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. rsrnodebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to rsrnodebt.com. rsrnodebt.com.
Are you paying rent because you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you paying rent because you don't believe you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? At Siegel Lending Team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Homeowners over the age of 62 are taking back financial control after retirement with reverse mortgages, and the Siegel Lending Team is here to help you use it to your advantage. Call Ron Siegel with Geneva Financial to receive your free information booklet with no obligation. The booklet answers all your questions, and the best part is you still own your home. Call Ron Siegel at 1-800-306-1990 or visit ronsiegelradio.com.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial when you're ready for that next home loan. Geneva's got the products and the programs, even that down payment assistance program that goes down to 600 FICO score. Think about that one. No money down to buy a house down to 600. Think about that. Give me a call, 800-306-1990. I'll put you in touch with the team. And every day at this time, OBMMI, they provide the most comprehensive, accurate, timely, and interactive analysis of pricing ever conducted in the mortgage industry, calculated from actual locked rates with consumers across 35% of all mortgage transactions nationwide. What did the loans lock at yesterday? We do not have APRs. We don't have how many points may have been paid or received on these, but we've got the actual locked interest rates from OBMMI. 30-year conforming loan was up a little bit at 6.46. 30-year jumbo down a little bit at 6.425. FHA 30-year 6.34. That was up just a touch. And the 30-year USDA loan, that's for those of you that are in the rural areas, generally no down payment, 6.327. That was down a little bit. What's this all about? 30-year VA loan was up yesterday at 6.083. And we don't go increasing the VA loans. That's not good.
You know better than that.
Yeah, not a good sign. But why? Let's see what else is going on. 10-year Treasury, that's up 8 basis points, 3.564. S&P 500 is up 22.25 now. And the mortgage-backed securities, the bond itself is down 19 basis points, which means interest rates are up. Okay, we got all that. I told you about all of these things going on with the banking system yesterday. If you missed that, shame on you, but you can go back and look at the replay on Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube or on our social channels. But here's the issue. What's driving this market right now? Obviously, tomorrow is the big day. The Fed's kicking off their 2-day meeting, and they will give us their results tomorrow, 11 o'clock California time. We're going to get the statement at a half hour later. That's when all the fireworks begin because Jay Powell can't figure out how to keep on track. Bottom line here, though, is what's driving it today. Great numbers in the housing industry. Existing home sales measures closings on existing home sales show that sales were up almost 15% in February at 4.5 million unit annualized pace, which was much stronger than the estimates of a 5% gain on a year-over-year basis. Sales are down 22%, but much less than the 37% in January. Inventory levels remains at a very low 980,000 units, but are up 15% year over year. The media made a huge deal about this, but when looking with some perspective, they're up 15% from a record low of 850,000. Remember that, a record low. That's the issue right there. If you have a small number, okay. There's a 2.6 month supply of homes, which is tight because 4.6 months is considered normal, 4 to 6 months considered normal. But if you look at active listings, there are only 578,000 when looking at the month supply available of homes for sale. It's really just 1.5 months. Think about that. So you have all these houses on the market. Some of them are in contract. So are they available? No. Median sales price, $363,700, is up 1.3% on a month over the month. But for the first time in a long time on a year-over-year basis by 0.2%. Diana Olick. Oh, we got Diana Olick again. Unbelievable.
Nothing like a little air superiority.
It's always fun when we get a Diana Olick quote because the next time Diana Olick is accurate on real estate, it will also be the first time. So she made this sound like a huge deal, but either doesn't understand what median price is or wants to intentionally be misleading to get views. What is median price? That means half the homes are sold at above that number, half sold below. What does that mean about the home on your street? Absolutely nothing. Homes remained on the market an average for 34 days, with 57% of homes on the market for less than 30 days. If the home is priced right, it is selling. First-time buyers accounted for 27% of sales, which was down from 31% in the previous report. Cash buyers accounted for 28% of sales, which was down from 29%. Investors made up 18% of transactions, up from 16%. They made up roughly 1 out of every 5 transactions. Clearly, investors are seeing opportunity. Do you? Multiple offers and purchases above asking price picked up. It seems investors see that rates are going to come down, and with the tight inventory environment, they expect a good return as appreciation will start picking up when activity returns. CoreLogic, their rental report. Single-family rents are up 5.7% year over year in January, down from 6.4% in December. Rental increases have clearly been decelerating, but they're still going forward. They're still going up, according to our apartment list report. So once this deceleration catches up with the inflation reports, May 10th, we're going to see some serious progress. That's the Mortgage Minute, brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Enough with the old man talk. Let's get into the conversation with our guest, Tawny Patrick, Sack and Stone team at Seven Gables. Glad to have you with us.
Thanks. It's good to be here.
Millennials. So we get to go with a millennial perspective today. Millennial talking about millennials.
Yes, I am a millennial.
And you're out there helping. Do you help mostly millennials, or do you help? What's your audience look like? Your clientele?
I do love helping millennials, and I do help a lot of millennials, but I'm not just millennials.
Okay. So one of the things that I saw in the notes from this for the show, millennials, only 14% are homeowners.
Yeah, we've
Why?
gotten a very late start in the home buying journey, and
Any idea why?
a big part of that is millennials have a lot of student debt,
Okay.
and that's really. But it's not just the student debt. It's also millennials have just started a lot of things later. They've, we're getting married later, we're having babies later. Our timelines have pushed back a lot.
Okay.
So we're starting the home buying process a lot later. But right now, millennials are really driving the housing market. The majority of home buyers right now are millennials.
Really?
Yeah, 43% of home buyers right now are millennials.
That's a big percentage.
Yeah, and also the majority of people refinancing right now are millennials. Like 32%.
Wow. Okay. 32. So I wonder now, why is that? Do you have any idea why they'd be?
We've waited a long time, and now we're ready to be homeowners.
Yeah, but the thing that I question a lot is, if you look at 32% are refinancing, they've got to be. Well, there's one of two issues. Number one, they're refinancing out of either a down payment assistance loan,
potentially, yeah,
or an FHA lower down payment loan to get rid of that mortgage insurance or the newer lower mortgage insurance. But you wouldn't think that somebody would want to be refinancing if they bought a home 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Interest rates were significantly lower 3 years ago than they are today. So why
yeah, I'm not sure about why they're the most refinancing. But I'm sure, as you know, refinancing is probably not super popular right now.
Right.
But for some reason,
maybe that's because they're smart. So this might be the theory. They're refinancing to take money out of. If they bought 3 years ago, 4 years ago, they've probably got a lot of equity.
Yeah,
right? Because
yeah,
of what's happened over the last few years. Right. So maybe they're refinancing to take equity out to buy that next house because of the D's. Diamonds, diapers, diplomas.
True. And some of them they could have. I'm a millennial. I bought my first house 10 years ago. So some of these millennials, the oldest millennials are in their 40s now. So they could have bought their house 10, 15 years ago.
Okay. So there might be some time in that.
Yeah.
Okay. So now with the millennials in your sphere, are they keeping their first houses, or are they selling them to buy the next one?
Most are selling them to buy the next one.
Yeah. Why?
I know. Well, Southern California is an expensive area. I think a lot of them just need to take that equity out to buy the bigger house. But because a lot of them are selling their, condos, and they're trying to get into single family homes.
Okay.
And they're trying to keep their payments down as well. So they're trying to put in lots down so they can keep their
bigger down payment.
Yeah, bigger.
Okay, so here's the issue right here, because I'm an old man, and most of the elder people that are listening right now, you probably have heard this. You're probably too young to say it yourself. But we look at it and we say, boy, if I had just kept that very first house that I bought in 1983 or 1984.
I think that all the time about my first house.
Right.
Why did I sell it?
Exactly. And I bet it's appreciated a lot.
Oh, it's double what it was.
Double what it was.
Yeah, it's double what it was when I sold it.
Okay, so let's think about this concept. Had you been able to refinance it and take cash out, do you think it would be on a positive cash flow today?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay,
100%.
so you wouldn't be subsidizing that payment, and you'd be renting it to somebody who's making the payment for you.
Yeah.
And pocketing some extra money.
Yep, totally.
And that could have potentially given you enough money to buy your next house.
Yeah.
Right? Because your next house probably could have been purchased with an FHA loan, if not a conventional 3% down.
Oh yeah. If someone can hold on to that house, like, I'm always in favor of holding on to it, but
we just have to get that message out.
Yeah.
Right? Explain those numbers, how, you think about something like this. And I've talked to millennials on the broadcast before, and this whole concept, keep that house. And if you're by the time you're 40, maybe you have 3, 4, 5 houses that you're living in one and cash flowing the others, making a positive cash flow. By 50, you're basically retired.
Yeah.
If you want to. Why not? Think about this. It's all about, we've talked about this many, many times on Ron Siegel Radio. How about that game plan? Let's think about a game plan. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, the role of access in selling your house. Do you need to let somebody in to sell it? We'll talk about that. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio, your home and mortgage connection.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694452.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Are you a renter and tired of making monthly payments? Paying off someone else's mortgage? Hey, it's Ron Siegel here to help you stop renting and start owning your dream home with amazing low interest rates. And you could potentially qualify for a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket. So stop renting. Start owning with Ron Siegel. Learn more at ronsiegelradio.com and start owning today. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you can retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less, all without having to spend more each month than you spend right now? Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis. rsrnodebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. rsrnodebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to rsrnodebt.com. rsrnodebt.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Diane, I see your message there. We're going to chat about that in just 1 minute, but right now, the real-time real estate segment is being brought to you by area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Visit rsrmoney.com. If you're thinking about buying a house in the next 6, 12, 18 months, RSR Money, budgeting, check out your credit scores. You can even check out properties that are available anywhere in the country. rsrmoney.com. But see if you have enough down payment. It's all right there. And it's free from your friends right here at Ron Siegel Radio. The role of access in selling your house. Once you've made the decision to sell your house and have hired a real estate agent to help, they'll ask how much access to your home you want to give potential buyers. Your answer matters more now than it did in recent years. Here's why. At the height of the buying frenzy seen during the pandemic, there was a rise in the number of home buyers who put offers on houses sight unseen. That happened for 3 reasons. Extremely low housing inventory, a lot of competition from other buyers wanting to take advantage of historically low mortgage rates, and general wariness of in-person home tours during a pandemic. Today, the market's changing and buyers can usually be more selective and take more time to explore their options. So in order to show your house and sell it efficiently, you'll want to provide buyers with as much access as you can. Before letting your agent know what works for you, consider these 5 levels of access you can provide. They're ordered from most convenient for a buyer to least convenient. Remember, your agent will be better able to sell your house if you provide as much access to buyers as possible. Number 1, lockbox on the door. This allows buyers the ability to see your home as soon as they're aware of the listing or at their convenience. Providing a key to the home. This would require an agent to stop by an office to pick up a key, which is still pretty convenient for a buyer. Open access with a phone call. This means you'll allow a showing with just a phone call's notice, by appointment only. For example, you may want to give your agent to set up a showing at a particular time and give you advance notice. That way you can prepare the house and be sure to have somewhere else you can go in the meantime. Limited access. This might mean you're only willing to have your house available on certain days or certain times of day. In general, this is the most difficult and least flexible way to show your house to potential buyers. As today's housing market changes, you be sure to work with your local agent to give buyers as much access as you can to your house. Bottom line, access can have a big impact on the sale of your house. Let's chat about this concept, but there's always a but. If you want to maximize the sale of your house, rsrsalesmax.com. rsrsalesmax.com. This will help you understand how you can maximize the sale of your house while minimizing. Yeah, I did say it. No one wants to hear it, but I said minimizing access. Maybe you want to have your house set up as a museum. Some people do. But if you want to minimize access, yet maximize the sale of your house, I show you exactly how to do that. rsrsalesmax.com. rsrsalesmax.com. It is free. So we're going to continue. And that's the real-time real estate segment, again, brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Visit rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com. Yes, rsrmoney.com has tools for you. You can watch your credit score. You can save for a down payment. You can check your finances. You can budget, all with very, very high level of security. And it is free from your friends right here at Ron Siegel Radio. So we're going to continue our conversation. Tawny Patrick is with a Sack and Stone team at Seven Gables. Diane put a message on here, Tawny, that we can chat about. With a growing family and the need for more room, millennials move out of their condo and move up to a single family residence. She agrees with you. Well, you know something? That makes total sense to me. But the issue that I have there, I get you have to move out because I bought a small condo my first home was a 2-bedroom condo. And I shouldn't say this, but I will. It was right below Orange County Mining Company. We were just out of college. We were still partying a lot. It was great because you can go to the mining company, sit in the bar, and roll down the hill right into our house. We didn't have to drive at all. It was pretty good. The issue was it was a 2-bedroom condo. I bought it with a fraternity brother. Not going to be building a family there.
Yeah.
But if I had kept that house that we paid, I think $160,000 or $170,000 for, I think that condo is probably in the $500,000-600,000 range, maybe $700,000 now.
Yeah.
Would have been good. Now, we needed that, but did we need to sell is the question. Or could we take money out of it and buy?
Yeah, I'm working with a buyer right now who's trying to do just that. They own a house already. They want to buy another for an investment property. And so they're thinking about taking money out of their home to buy that second property. But we got to make sure that the numbers work for them.
Well, that's the whole thing is it's all about the numbers.
Yeah.
Right. And you want to look at it, but the quicker you can do these things. Now, I'm going to throw this out there because that's what I do. See, what I always look at is say, do a refi on your existing property because you're living there, and that makes it a primary residence loan. Now, go and find your next bigger home and buy that. Hopefully it's, 4, 5, 6 months down the road. You got to do, this is all called planning, right? You're doing it down the road, because if you buy a new, bigger house for you and your family, what is that? It's a primary residence.
Yeah.
Better loan. Right now, your first loan, hopefully it's cash flowing, or even if it doesn't cash flow, but it's close, doesn't that still make sense?
Oh yeah.
Right. I mean, if you're short $100, $200 a month, okay, you don't like it, but that's going to only be for the first year or two.
Yeah.
But you're getting good appreciation. This is Southern California.
Yeah.
Right. We're not dealing with the national numbers on appreciation. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I look at it and say, okay, what city were you looking in? What city is your client looking in?
They're looking in Fountain Valley.
Fountain Valley. Let's just see if I can quickly pull Fountain Valley up on my report card and see, because I know that in Orange County, California, I know you're not all in Orange County, we are, but in Orange County, California, our property appreciates here at about 5.35% over the last 60. What do you know? Well, Fountain Valley is about the same, 5.35% appreciation over the last 63 years. No, I'm not that old. I wasn't there then. But it forecasted 4.49%.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Right? That's a good deal right there. So great time to buy investments.
Yeah. And a lot of people, that's how they build their rental property portfolios. They live in a house, they have that primary residence loan, they live in it for a few years, rent it out, and buy the next one. And they just keep doing that over and over again.
And you can do that, I mean, as many times as you want. Can someone have 2 different states and still get a decent loan, one a vacation home? Absolutely. Yes. Whoever Facebook user, hey, if you want us to know who you are, StreamYard.com/Facebook, StreamYard.com/Facebook, and we can actually talk to you. But yeah, can someone have 2 homes in 2 different states and still get a decent loan? One a vacation home. Yes, we call it a second home, but yes, you can absolutely do that. Not a problem at all. And maybe you want to Airbnb it and call it a business down the road. We're not the vacation home police, but yeah, you could do something like that. And there's some good tax advantages and you get the appreciation levels. So that is doable. So let's continue our conversation here. We got a few items to chat about. What's the biggest topic in all of technology right now?
Oh gosh, it's got to be ChatGPT.
Okay, so can I use that in any way in real estate?
Of course, yeah. We're already using it in our team so much. I mean, you can do everything from writing your property descriptions with it. You can write blog posts, you can write video scripts, you can do all kinds of things. But I will say that you do need to be careful with it because this technology is already spreading. Everyone's using it. And search engines like Google can actually pick up that you're using AI to write your stuff, your blog posts.
Artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Really?
So the stuff that is purely being written with AI, it's not going to be pushed as much.
Wow.
More authentic human written content is what is going to be pushed further. So if you're hiring an agent that is just using ChatGPT to write all of your stuff in marketing, you're not potentially going to be getting your house seen by as many people as if you weren't.
That's fascinating.
So,
okay.
But there's a way around that. So there's
always a way.
There's always a way because it's still good technology. There's a place for it and we need to be utilizing it. But there's sites like there's blog checkers that you can put the content into the blog checker and it's going to analyze it and see how likely it is to have been written by AI. And if it'll come back and tell you, hey, this is obviously written by AI. You can, go back and have ChatGPT rewrite it and then put it back in and keep checking it until it can until Google can no longer identify that it has been written by AI.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
This whole technology is, thankfully Josh is a millennial, so he can actually take care of all this stuff for us because I'm an old man. You need to have, if you're in business, you got to have a millennial on your team.
Oh yeah. I'm not even that technologically savvy. Gen Z is going to blow us out of the water. But yeah, millennials do a pretty good job, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So are Gen Zs going to get into buying houses sooner than the millennials?
I think so. I think they're very entrepreneurial. I think they're going to, they're always looking for creative ways to make money. And I think that they're already looking at how they can get into invest, whether it's, creating Airbnbs or rental, they're looking for creative solutions into the job market already.
So do you think that, are they going for the traditional jobs, or are they going with all of the gig jobs?
I think they're going to be more into the gig jobs.
Okay.
Because I think they probably don't really, it seems like they like to be their own boss more.
So they're going to have to really do a little bit more planning to buy a house to be able to qualify.
Yeah, potentially.
There's a whole issue right there. But you know something? Start early. You were talking earlier that the millennials got a late start.
Yeah.
And now they're catching up and realizing. But what is your thoughts? You're out there with buyers. What are the buyers saying in Orange County now? Are they excited about buying? Are they leery about buying?
Well, the buyer sentiment had been improving over the past few months, but in February it actually dropped.
Okay.
That dropped like 5%. So I think, and that could correlate to the interest rates rising, how they did last month. So we'll see how it goes this month. But I think people are feeling unsure right now. So they really do need a trusted advisor to help walk them through the process and be able to really look at their specific situation and finances and know what's the best time for them and how they can make, because most millennials, Gen Z, most people in general, they want to be homeowners. That is a dream of theirs. And so they want to make this a reality, and we have to help them come up with creative solutions to be able to make it a reality.
Okay, so when we come back, I want to chat about your process then. Maybe we can talk about how you're dealing with people. What is the process of getting started if you are that millennial, Gen Z, or other, and want to talk to Tawny about buying a house or selling a house? Is there a specific process you have to follow? We'll chat about that when we come back. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. Who's eligible for a VA home loan? And yes, Facebook user, I do see your comment. We'll talk about that when we get back as well. You can reach me anytime. Off air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender. Are you tired of paying rent? Are you tired of paying someone else's mortgage? Do you know qualified folks can potentially purchase a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket? Ron Siegel can help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. If you're tired of paying someone else's mortgage, reach out to Ron today at RonIsMyLender.com. That's RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey friends, do you dream of mortgage-free home ownership? Are you aware that even if you own your home free and clear, it could still be costing you thousands per year? The Siegel Lending Team can help you generate tax-free income, accumulate family wealth, and maintain ownership of your home. By simply emailing your most recent mortgage statement, you'll receive a no-obligation real estate plan. Learn more by calling 1-800-306-1990 or email me your recent mortgage statement to PEAR@RonSiegelRadio.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender. Are you a renter and tired of making monthly payments? Paying off someone else's mortgage? Hey, it's Ron Siegel here to help you stop renting and start owning your dream home with amazing low interest rates. And you could potentially qualify for a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket. So stop renting. Start owning with Ron Siegel. Learn more at ronsiegelradio.com and start owning today. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you can retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less, all without having to spend more each month than you spend right now? Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis, rsrnodebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. rsrnodebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to rsrnodebt.com. rsrnodebt.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. That's Your Credit Matters segment today being brought to you by creditsanitizer.com. You have a credit report and it is wrong. What are you doing about it? Credit Sanitizer has these solutions for you. Who's eligible for a VA home loan? That is our question today. So let's chat about it a little bit. VA home loans are designed to help veterans, active duty service members, and eligible surviving spouses become homeowners. But who exactly is eligible? Veterans, if you've served at least 90 days of active duty during wartime, 181 days during peacetime, or 6 years in the National Guard or Reserves, you could be eligible for a VA home loan. Don't forget, an honorable discharge. You need that as well. Active duty service members, if you're currently serving, you'll need at least 90 days of continuous active duty to qualify. And remember, your service commitment must be documented as well. Eligible surviving spouses, if your spouse was a service member who died in the line of duty or due to a service-related disability, you may be eligible for a VA home loan. Make sure you haven't remarried, or if you have, that it was after age 57 and on or after December 16th, 2003. So now we know who's eligible. Let's explore the fantastic features and benefits of VA home loans. No down payment. Did you hear me say that right? No down payment. That's right. With a VA home loan, you can buy with zero down payment, making home ownership more accessible. Competitive interest rates. VA home loans typically offer lower interest rates compared to conventional loans, which means you could save thousands over the life of your mortgage. No private mortgage insurance. Unlike other loans, VA home loans do not require private mortgage insurance, PMI, saving you even more money every month. Flexible credit requirements. While good credit is always a plus, VA home loans have more lenient credit score requirements, giving you a better chance at securing the loan. Loan assumability of VA home loans are assumable, which means a future buyer can take over your loan at its current interest rate. This can be a major selling point when it's time to move. So there you got it. VA home loans offer a unique opportunity for eligible veterans, active duty service members, and surviving spouses to make home ownership a reality. Remember, the first step to obtain your VA loan is the golden ticket, I call it. That's called the Certificate of Eligibility. You get that from the Department of Veterans Affairs or from your favorite lender. That's us. And we can get you started right there with all these fantastic benefits. It's easy to see why VA home loans are such a valuable resource for our nation's heroes. Don't wait any longer to unlock your well-deserved benefits. Want to learn more about VA home loans and other benefits available to you? Keep on watching. We're putting together this entire series. This is only week 2 of our series on VA home loan opportunities. Make sure you give us a call and make sure you go to rsrmoney.com, and you'll be able to check that out. and get ready for buying a home of any sort. VA loan, USDA, conventional, FHA, down payment assistance, all of them. So, question came in about further on our conversation before. Second home of someone between two states, California, Arizona, after a divorce, if a person gets the home and wishes to rent it out for your room. So here's the issue on this. If you're planning on moving, if you have a house, say in California, and you just took out a new loan, it's your primary residence, wonderful. Now you say, okay, I got divorced or whatever other reason, you're moving to Arizona. I'm out of California, whatever the reason is. And you are physically moving, and you're going to be moving into a new residence in the other state. It's going to be your primary residence. That's where you're going to be living most of the time. That is a primary home loan. Even though you had a primary, you're moving. That's now your primary. No problem at all. So you can just continue doing that. Yes, you can rent out the departing property. You don't have to get a new loan to rent that out. Just the bottom line right there. So financial planning. That's the whole issue right there. Could you do it as an Airbnb? Yes. Could you rent out just rooms in the departing property? Yes. No issues right there. So it's all, again, financial planning. Continue our conversation. Tawny Patrick, Sack and Stone team at Seven Gables. So let's chat a little bit. We've been talking about, buying that new house, maybe even buying the first house. Are you the Gen Z? Are you the millennial or an old person? And you want to talk to Tawny about this. What's the process here, Tawny? You just, someone could call us at 800-306-1990. I put them in touch with you, and all of a sudden you're out showing property.
I mean, we could, but
okay, there's a better way.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about planning. I love it when I hear people say that, oh, I'm thinking about buying a house in like 1 to 2 years, because the farther out we know, the more we can help them plan. Because the two things that I find that prevent people from purchasing a home most often are the credit and not having enough of a down payment. So I would hate for someone to wait those 1 to 2 years, get to, all right, now I'm ready to buy a house, and they realize, oh no, your credit's actually not good enough to buy, or you actually could have been saving those 2 years and you didn't save enough, so now you can't buy a house.
Just for lack of knowledge.
Just not knowing. Yeah, I talked to someone just the other day. They were like, oh, I've got $10,000 to put down. Like, can I buy a house in Huntington Beach? I was like, no, probably
water
not.
too, right?
Probably not. Yeah, probably not. But if we can catch it, if we can help them plan, and working with a lender for, putting together a plan, this is how much you need to save, this is what your credit needs to be, then we can, when they are ready, then we can help them actually get to where they want to be.
How many times do you find when people come the other way with you, and they come in and they say, Tawny, I want to buy a house in a year or two, and you start looking at their situation, and they could buy today if they wanted to.
Yeah, we see people like that as well. And
Both sides.
It's like, it's like, oh, you actually do you want to buy it now? They're planning on renting for the next year. It's like, why do you want to rent for the next year?
What's your purpose for doing that?
Yeah, why? And that's why when we do sit down with a buyer, we've got a very extensive consultation process that we'll go through where we can help them, discover, okay, why are you buying a house, or why do you want to buy a house? And what is your goal? Are you thinking about being in this house for the next couple years and then renting it out? Is this your forever dream house? We need to know their goals so that we can help them plan that process and what they need to do.
And therein it is right there in a nutshell, the difference between somebody that's trying to sell a property to get a commission and somebody that's trying to help a family accomplish their goals. And oh, by the way, we do it for a living, right? A big difference right there.
Yeah.
When you're going through this consultation process, you're looking to say, okay, is it the forever home that's got to have the 4 bedrooms and the white picket fence and the pool, or is it a stepping stone?
Yeah.
Right. You need to understand those things, and that doesn't happen. Now, I know that sometimes people will get in a hurry, but you're talking about Huntington Beach, so you've got price ranges in Huntington Beach all over the map.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you might have I don't know, $600,000-$700,000. Is there $600,000 houses in Huntington Beach?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you're talking about pretty small condos, but
okay.
Yeah.
So you got a $600,000 starter home then maybe, and you've obviously got $6 million homes, right? You've got them both there. So the question becomes, what do you want to be and where do you want to be? How do we get there? How do we accomplish our goal? And so here's the question I'm going to throw at you. What's the most expensive home you've showed to somebody? Just a round ballpark.
4 million.
4 million. What's the cheapest home you've showed somebody?
100,000, probably. Maybe 140,000.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a very, very dumb question. Which property was nicer?
Oh, definitely the $4 million home.
Okay, so what I've done is we've gone to the extremes, right?
Yeah.
So now let's bring that down to a little bit more of reality. Let's say that you've got you show someone a $600,000 house and an $800,000 house. More often than not, which is the nicer property?
Yeah, probably 800,000.
Now, if I have a $600,000 budget and I go out there and think that I can afford 800,000, when I get to reality, I'm going to be disappointed.
Yeah, and expectations for new buyers are usually off.
Right? So the bottom line here is you got to go in and sit down with Tawny, have the initial consultation. I'm sure it's in an office or a conference room at some point. Could be at Starbucks, doesn't matter what it is. Right? So the bottom line is you have that consultation. You go through the process with our friends at Geneva Financial and get pre-approved and pre-underwritten so that when you go out and you start looking at a property, you can write a same as cash offer. The bottom line there is now when Tawny's negotiating for you, she's got a stronger leg right there to go out and say, you know something, everybody else is coming in here and they're pre-qualified, they're pre-approved. We're pre-underwritten. We have no loan contingency. And we can close in 12 days, 13 days, whatever the number is. The bottom line is you can negotiate a better transaction for you by having these things in place, these tools in place. So you want to give her a call, set that consultation, get your financing in order. If you think that you're that person that's 12 to 18 months, rsrmoney.com. You can sit there and play around with all your numbers as long as you want. We've got the credit sanitizer. The team there will help you if your credit scores are low. Lots of strategies there. But get in the game, right? That's the bottom line, right?
Yeah.
You're never going to win the game of life if you don't get in the game of life. And set a plan.
Yep.
Right? The bottom line is set a plan. And as always, I ask you, set that first radio preset button to come back here and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to Josh and Sean who are engineering us today. And of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime. 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990 or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.